After many days in the very flat backcountry, we are happy to come back to a little bit more hilly terrain. Locals and other travelers have recommended to visit Graf Reinet, a pretty place with a beautiful nature reserve. But before we can dash off with Ernstli, we must first force our big fatty between the trees and park it nicely. Sometimes it is a bit of a millimeter work, but the team Peter Globi makes it, as usual, very elegant. And then we finally take out Ernstli. To start with, we head up the hills for a very nice hike. The second program point is the visit of Graf Reinet, a really hearty village that still has some beautiful old houses. And as always, the locals seem to like Ernstli very much. In the area south of Lesotho are endless beautiful mountains and valleys, and therefore many stunning mountain roads. We have already passed some summits in our first year in South Africa and have now chosen a new route. And again, this way to the east was a scenic enjoyment as well. Like so often, we were enamored of the countless viewpoints, the seclusion, and the beautiful routes. We are really grateful that we can see and experience all this, even if it's a bit slippery sometimes. It is always exciting with the bridges. You never know if they will endure us. Although we have almost always been positively surprised. This small bridge, though, we found a tiny bit narrow. Let's have a look first. It seems to be quite stable, but in any case, we record the whole thing for security. Globi's big slippers find just barely enough space. And the good guy had to wheeze quite a bit as well, because it is really steep here and there. But a bit of fitness training has not hurt anyone yet. And Globi has to be challenged sometimes, otherwise he gets bored. And now we are off to the Oribi Gorge. The terrain of the campsite near the gorge is a real dream for Ernstli. Here he can not only drive through the water, but also climb very steep roads. And the steeper, slippery and washed out the way, the bigger is the fun of the big guys. Men stay children until old age. As you can easily see on the suspension bridge as well. But But with the zip lines, my child's heart is laughing too. This facility is part of the natural resort at the campsite too. The zip lines also lead partly over the gorge itself and over a large lake. So far, we have not seen such a huge unit before. We are looked after by 2 employees. One is always going over first and then waits for us and helps us with the arrival, while the second stays with us on the platform and monitors the correct transfer. Super awesome. We think sometimes one is allowed to have fun in a slightly different way. Far too fast, the time flies in the Oribi Gorge. We thoroughly enjoyed the 4 days there. But we decided to leave just before the weekend and head for the coast. But thereof more in the next film.